Hello, welcome to the final word. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2, another victory for the Toffees. Back-to-back away wins. 4 wins in our last 5 games. 5 games unbeaten, 30 points, flying up the league.
Yada, yada, yada. Yeah.
All of that good stuff. John, you were there. Great result.
Yeah.
Great result.
Yeah.
I said on Saturday, don't know whether you'd agree with this, but I said on Saturday, it's the best result David Moyes has had since he's been here, simply because we were without 10 first team players. And to go there 3 days after what was obviously a high octane Merseyside derby and took a lot out of us having to play for 100 minutes and all that, to then go to a tough place like Crystal Palace and win the game. For me, it was the best win he's got so far.
I wouldn't disagree. Honest. It's not very often, that, is it?
Yeah.
But no, I think you're right, because the derby took a lot out and were really thin on the ground. You only have to look at the bench to see that. They were a form team like us. I think we both had 10 points from the last so many games and stuff like that.
I'll tell you how young the bench was, right? The last time Everton did the double over Crystal Palace, none of them were born.
Really? Wow.
Not all the bench. Sorry, the 4 kids.
Yeah. Well, that's a cracker. I like that.
I've just come to me then, because it's 2004-5.
Clip that. Yeah, that's a cracker.
2004-5.
Yeah, and clearly they were visibly tired, and they knew they were fatigued, because we backed off 10 yards probably, or meters in present day money, compared to what we were doing against Liverpool. And Ghana looked green crackered and blah, blah, blah. And of course, we got the lead, which was good. Fabulous finish, even though it was up the other end, you know. And then had a bit of a brain drain to, no, you try and clear it. No, you try and clear it. And let them get back into it at the wrong time, straight after half time. And we were under the cosh, weren't we, for 15, maybe 20 minutes, but then got back control and genuinely thought it was only a matter of time before we score. And then you think it's not going to come, but it does. And we're all very, very happy. And we've always had the best fans, and the fans were on it. But,
yeah, they were.
Again, it's not a great place to get to in the best of times, not for late kickoffs. It's atrocious. There were guys in front of us who had to leave before the end, because I think Baz Williams told me, if you go on the train, you have to leave 10 minutes before the end, otherwise you can't get it. So it's touch and go whether they saw the winner or not, isn't it? But on the road again, really, really good, and back-to-back away victories, which is brilliant. Not something I've been able to say very much in the last God knows how many years.
You've driven here, there and everywhere, up and down the country, without being able to say that. Listen, we had 2 decisions to make, the manager, although one of them was just a straightforward decision. We obviously lost Illiman and Jai after 25 minutes of the derby, and he's going to be out for, let's hope it's only 3 or 4 weeks. Could be longer, but
not heard yet, have we?
No. So that bringing Jack Harrison in on the left was sort of a straightforward decision, and then obviously losing Abdoulaye Doucouré to suspension meant the manager had a decision to make with Carlos Alcaraz or Tim Irabunum, for which one he went with Alcaraz. And I thought Crystal Palace, in all fairness, started the game better than we did. The opening 20 minutes, they were the better side. John Pickford made a really good save early on. Mateta it was, wasn't it? Hit it really well, and Pickford a good save after 2. Hit Tarkowski on the heel. Jared Branthwaite done his best air shot, which he doesn't ever do.
And sits right in front of us. Can you imagine what we're thinking?
Exactly, and it's Mateta, the one you don't want to have the ball in the middle of the goal. And luckily for us, he smashed it.
He's been hot, hasn't he, as well?
Well, he scores all the time, doesn't he? Great strike, but a good save from Jordan Pickford. And then he needed to make another save not long after from another sort of error in our defence. And at that moment, you're thinking, could be a long day, this, and bite your hand off for a point now. And I think we sort of rode out that opening 20 minutes. Then they go and score a goal off a corner, which the ball went out. I mean, your eyes told you it was out. The linesman's eyes told them it was out. We had a bit of nonsense with VAR over it for some reason. I mean, my reading of it, John, is the linesman put his flag up straight away.
He was right in line. Right. He was standing where they always stand for a corner on the opposite, right down the line.
That's what he's there for.
And he moved to his left, and then when the goal went in, up went the flag. So you got that thing about the delay, but they do that all the time these days. And their players just went, okay. But then we had to listen and wait for VAR. Well, not listen, because you don't get to listen. But, what VAR had to make of it. And
I personally
did their damnedest, didn't they, to try and find evidence.
Well, they're looking for it, but I don't understand it, because it's for as long as football has had linesmen. That's always happened. The ball goes out, the flag goes up, and you go, oh, it must have gone out. That's the way it is. The linesman doesn't go over while the opposition are taking the corner and goes, I'll just put my flag up here. If it does he? You know what I mean?
No.
So it went out. A couple of Everton players put their arm up as well.
Mikalenko went up before the ball passed him.
And again, if you're looking to then start bringing lines in for that, then got to bring them in for throw-ins then. Got to. If the ball gets played down the line, you can't trust the linesman's flag now. Now you're going to have to start drawing line. We are in danger.
They've had so many jobs taken off them. Because they're back to linesmen again now, even though the corner
assistant referee.
No, but they're only doing line work.
Lineswomen,
they're only doing line work these days, aren't they?
But I just think if we start trying to analyse everything like that, the game will just continue to get broken up. If you put I don't know how you would ever do it, but I'm sure you can. We end up with the chip in the ball and cameras, that sensors that can go above the lines and all, then fair enough. The referee's thing bleeps or whatever, fair enough. But until that technology is in place, then you need to just let the lines person, the assistant referee, get on with what their job is. And it was rightly chalked up.
He was stood in because it was a he, exactly the place where he would have the best view in the place, right? And certainly there's no cameras that can get anywhere near that. So the thing that distresses is a big word, isn't it? Concerns is VAR were looking for an angle, and they must have known. Whatever angle you've got, guys, it isn't as good as the one that the lines person, man, whatever, had. And he stood and watched it.
You see,
and they've been doing it all the time. They've been... assistants, referees, whatever.
You can see. I was just fuming because James Garner just left his
went to sleep.
I was not happy with
he went to sleep.
But we got away with it.
My first reaction was something along the lines of, oh golly gosh, how did that happen? Because it was a good header from his perspective.
That was a great header from
Nothing the keeper could do.
No, right in the top corner.
No challenge or anything.
No, it was poor.
Yeah.
But it wasn't given.
So we wrote our luck on that one.
We sort of come to life a little bit. We had a ball forward and Alcaraz pulled it down and shifted inside and had a shot from about 25 yards straight at the keeper, but it was sort of like,
he had one over.
Let's have a go. And then just after that, he skipped past the couple and whacked it over, and we started getting a foothold in the game.
We did.
We then started coping with Crystal Palace a lot better, shutting down anything they did, and we were growing into it.
Yeah.
They were a little bit sharper to it, but we did sort of get hold of it, and Idrissa then stepped up his game, started mopping everything up like he does and shutting down all of their midfield on his own like he does. And eventually we with that switched on, and Alcaraz has that switched on, that they take a throw in. The lad Lerner isn't alive to it.
That's right.
And Alcaraz skips in and off we go, and he breaks forward. He's got Beto in support, and we're going to have a look at the goal now. It's the first goal Everton scored on the counter-attack this season. So here we go. We've got it where Alcaraz has picked it up, bounced past Lerner, and Alcaraz is off, and it's him and Beto.
Yeah, you picked that up, and a little bit after his really brilliant game management. Because if you watch it on the telly, which I, of course I do when I get home, Alcaraz is watching, he's thinking, it's almost like I'm doing a commentary in my head. Look at Alcaraz, he's realised the guy taking the throw in wants to take a quick one. There's only one place he can go, and he's on the move before he throws it. And then,
but Jefferson Lerner's not alert.
Is he the one who, he's not alert, and then he doesn't know whether to go to Alcaraz and try and block him off, which perhaps he should have done, or what.
It's gone.
And he's gone. Yeah.
We pick it up again here, and so this is all he's got to do, because he's travelled so far with the ball and he's done brilliantly. Beto's just given him the option. As long as he makes that run away from the centre-back, not towards it, it means the pitch is opened up. And the centre-back's got an issue here, because he can't go to Alcaraz or he leaves Beto, and he's caught neither here nor there. He slides it in. Now Beto, as long as that touch takes him at the goal, he gives himself the next thing, which is what he does. He's got himself in the right position now for a shot. You take it on 1-1. There's his 2 options. He either goes past the keeper's low to the side of the keeper.
Which is what the keeper thinks, isn't it?
Yeah. It's, you know, it's choice of either. He clips it past them. Obviously, goes off and does his LeBron James celebration. And
Alcaraz finds it amusing.
And Garner trying to get involved.
Yeah, he did it as well. Yeah.
But listen, Beto, absolutely outstanding at the weekend. Battling, scrapping for everything. Roughed up there 3 centre-backs, who I think are three good centre-backs, by the way. Such a lot better than it has been. But it's the thing which we've said all along. Create him chances and the fella will score the goals. Yeah. You know, it's as simple as that. And I think what happened was Sean Dyche just didn't have any faith in him. And Sean Dyche wanted Beto to change to suit the team. No. When strikers, you should play to suit them. They do the hardest thing in football, which is put the ball in the back of the net. The thing that wins you the game.
And he finishes well.
But this is the thing. But the lad, it would have took a 4-year-old to be able to look at his goals from Udinese and go, oh, Everton don't do that for him. And then you've got Everton's last regime going, why doesn't he score goals? Maybe because you don't give him opportunities.
And you get that. And
that's all David Moyes has done, and has create the lad chances.
We won't cover old ground about what this manager. About that, what the past manager's done is that the new manager has released a lot of players from weight on their shoulders and stuff like that. And Beto looked a lot better leading the line as well. You know, he won whatever it was, 15 plus aerial duels, you know, or 10 plus aerial duels, 15 plus overall, scored a goal, touched the ball more than 50 times. Basically, an all-round leader of the line performance. You know, that's the most any Everton player's ever done. DCL, whoever, right?
Never won as many,
You know, and then he gets his Man of the Match award and he says, finally, you know, and he just looked on it. I mean, again, he run himself into the ground. And you think he's a big unit, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's just giving grief to defenders all the time, and yet he still finds the moment, you know, to get composed. He touched the ball this time instead of, you know, and puts it between a defender who's flying in and a keeper who's coming out and dunk. So, you know, feed him and he'll score.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Gist of it. Feed him and he'll score.
Yeah, it's creating chances for him, give him what he's good at. It's like having a fantastic header of the ball and never crossing the ball to his head and then going, doesn't score goals. You know, you've got to give these players, there's different types of football.
You take Dom off and then you start crossing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Which is what we've done in the past.
Yeah. So all round, he, you know,
it was a great listen.
It was a good goal.
It was that moment where you go, we haven't been on it in this game other than battling, and and now we're winning. Yeah, we're winning, and everything's flowing. And then, of course, we had an opportunity to make it 2-0 right on our time. Good little move, put Lindstrom in. Yeah. And if he just shoots immediately, it goes out of his feet. If he just whacks it back across the keeper, they're in trouble. They could be in trouble. But he tries to do the chop to bring it back inside, slips, and of course the opportunity is gone. But we went in 1-0 up, and I'll be honest, I'm absolutely delighted. Winning 1-0.
You and me both.
We haven't been in great, you know, I think I might have put in our group, you know, whatever, something at half time, I think, you know, brilliant or whatever. The fact that we were winning, you know, when we hadn't been really playing well, that's the confidence, you can see them. That thing in your head is always keep it tight for 10 minutes after half time. But away, they've been on top. Yeah. We've got the goal. Nothing silly, and I'm sure David Moyes' words as they walked out, nothing silly, lads.
We could all have given that pep talk.
Palace have made 2 changes, brought Eze on.
He made a big difference.
Who makes a big difference to them, and obviously Wharton in midfield. But they got on the front foot immediately, and they get a corner, and we're under a bit of pressure. But we can see there is a cheap goal, isn't it? It's a good finish by Mateta, don't get me wrong, you know. Brings it down, smashes it in, it's a good finish. But from our perspective, you know, O'Brien's about to edit and Tarkowski jumps into him, doesn't clear, you know, it drops, Branthwaite doesn't get a good clearance on it, and before we know it, it's up in the air and it's in the back of the net.
Yeah.
And you're going, well, 90 seconds after the break, it's 1-1, and we've worked hard to get the lead.
Yeah. I think I tweeted at half time, because you can get 40.
You get some signal there,
yeah.
bloody hell.
And I think I said something like, we rode our luck in that half. We need to be stronger in the second half. And then you all have the chat, don't you, about they're going to make changes, or where they are. You know, we've got to keep it tight. Don't give them anything. And within 2 minutes, you know, plus 4 minutes of messing about, looking for lines and God knows what else. And we've given a weak goal. I mean, and the first clearance, headed clearance, was fine. Jack chose to let the other fella get the ball. Then it comes back, and then, as you say, you know, Tark tries to destroy poor Mr. O'Brien, who's manning his own business, trying to clear it when this bugger comes in from behind him, you know. And after that, you're right, it was a good finish, but still a bit soul-destroying so early on. And then they run us ragged for 20 minutes then.
Well, that was it, wasn't it? They got the tails up, as you'd expect. You know, they're on a good run themselves. Solid, really solid team, albeit they're a better away side than they are at home.
They are counter team.
But still a tough place to go, Selhurst Park, because the crowd are loud and the, you know, and Everton did well to sort of stay in the game. I think Jordan didn't have loads to do.
Lots of blocks.
They did the bar in the first half, actually. I forgot to mention.
He should have scored,
that was, but it was really bad defence. Talk about Keystone Cops defending. That moment in the first half, four of them just let players run past them like they weren't there and saw at the bar. But, you know, second half, they got that little bit ahead of steam. You were thinking, could be in a little bit of trouble here, because we've sort of given them the initiative. But we rode it. We sort of rode it. Once they didn't get that second goal within that 15-minute spell, you could see them drop a little bit, as if like we needed to score then, and Everton grew back into it, and we carried a little bit of a threat on the break. Jesper Lindstrom had one,
a few chances,
play him in, and he does the chop.
It was right to do
right decision this time, and he just can't steer it past the keeper with his left foot.
Hard enough, high enough.
Then he had another one where we put him in, and he fires it across from Beto. I think probably should score, really. It's a good save from Henderson.
Got a bit lucky point blank, as well, though, didn't he?
A little bit further over, he scored. I think
he should have scored.
Well, he had his head in his hands, didn't he? And that was the warning, I think, to Palace, that actually these are still a threat. You know, and Everton, it was weird, because we sort of, I don't know whether they got the second wind or adrenaline kicked in, but we sort of then,
we had more energy
started
than they did.
Looking like we were the team in the ascendancy. Alcaraz did start to tire in that spell.
Well, the free kick he got was,
he got the free.
I'm going to dive here because I've run out of legs.
I'm knackered. And David Moyes done brilliantly really, because I was looking and thinking, I wonder if he'll take him off in a minute and put Irabuna on, because he looks a bit tired, but he didn't. He left them on, and he got a second win and started getting on the ball again. And you know, we're pushing them back a little bit. They're always a threat on the break, but we start defending properly. Then we're pushing them back, and we get a free kick just inside their half. Garner puts it in. It's headed out, and we'll take it from when the clearance is.
Oh, this is Jack doing well, isn't it?
The goal. So James will put it on for us here. And this is where we've got Jack Harrison. The ball's headed out, and he's the first on it. Now, the difference between playing him on the right and the left, I've been saying for a while.
Well, like 6 months, you mean?
Well, yeah. Just probably longer. Just give him a go on the left, where Bielsa played him, and Bielsa got the best out of him, right? Because, and this for me shows how simplified you can make a player's job that will suit them. On the right, Jack Harrison checks back here.
He does.
Because he wants to try and work it onto his left foot. Where here, he can attack where the space is. And I've got the arrow to where he'll want to go naturally. He doesn't have to turn back. We take it on. He's got himself into that space. He's always got
a good first touch, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, there you go. He's got it into that space, and now we can put the ball into the box without having to check. The ball comes in. Jake O'Brien, who's done... We've got both of our centre-back... Oh, sorry. Two of our centre-backs are in there, by the way. O'Brien's coming to attack. He's in the middle. I've got Alcaraz circled, because he's on the move all the time. Take it on one. O'Brien heads it, and now Alcaraz is still circled, but I've also got the ball hitting Ben Chilwell's hand, which would have been a penalty to Everton. His arm's way out to the side. I think a couple of referees have said today as well that it would have been a penalty to Everton. Ashley Young stays alive. Now all he's got to do is drive this across the box. We've got bodies in there. Alcaraz is there. Young does. It breaks off Hughes, and now Alcaraz has got the choice. goalkeeper's body weight going one way, he can put it the other, but he doesn't. He just slides it so calmly past the keeper and into the net. And there he goes for his first Everton goal on his first Everton start. And you can see the likes of James Garner there. And I mean, how impressed were you with him, John? Because obviously he came on against Bournemouth and he's hit the post with nearly his first touch, hasn't he? And he looked quite good against Bournemouth. And against Liverpool, it was a different type of thing. You had to be busy. And he did have a couple of runs, one where he dribbled past Van Dijk like he wasn't there on the edge of their box, and no one does that. No one puts Virgil in the corner, apparently. But, you know, Saturday was his first start, and he's come out of it with an assist and the winning goal.
Yeah, I think you perhaps pinned it with a few words, which was he's always on the move.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's alive. You know, for the first goal, he was watching what was going on.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he was going to pressure the guy who got the ball, but as it happened, he just ran away with it. And he did run long and hard as well. So a little bit like in in that respect, you've got a guy who's skillful on the ball, but puts the yards in as well. And he got his just rewards. And he was very happy when he scored. Very happy indeed.
So were you, and so was I.
Yeah, there was a bit of bouncing in the away end,
Looked like it,
yeah. And, made a lot of people very happy.
Lovely calm finish, though.
Oh,
I like the ball comes out and he's just stealing it back in.
Because lots of players would have snatched,
just lash at it,
of course, when you do your stills, you can see that Henderson is behind Hughes, so he's, you know...
Yeah, that's an answer.
But he thinks it's an on-target effort required here, not just
guide it,
thumping it one. Probably like Ash did, really, just hit it hard.
Anyway,
and and it was just rewards, I think, for a really good performance for him. And you know, if Beto hadn't done what Beto had done, but perhaps he'd have got man of the match. You never know. So.
I think the other thing as well, I mean, David Moyes' substitutions were really good. I think Ashley Young
didn't have much choices, did he?
No, but it's the timing, though. You know, Jesper Lindstrom, the lad could have come out of it with a couple of goals and an assist. In a game where I just thought he was, certainly the first half was more about what he was doing going the other way.
Yeah.
And yet, with a little bit calmer finishing from him and maybe a little bit of luck from Beto, Toffee to come out with a couple of, you know what I'm saying there, the margins aren't they at the moment with him. But he was getting tired.
He was.
To put Ashley Young on,
it was good.
Just saying to Ashley Young, go and do your
thing,
work in a 20-minute spell where you can get up and down. You know, we know you're an ageing player. And I think Moyes has been brilliant with him. The other fella flogged him. And I think Moyes has been brilliant with him because the experience come up and he done that young. And when we got him, I remember saying to him, you know, me and my mate used to like hate him because he's a rat, isn't he? he's always like winding up and he's in people's ear. And
he enjoyed the goal as well.
He's a rat, isn't he? I said, yeah, but he's our rat.
Yeah,
you know, and that's what he's in. He's obviously a lovely fella, but I mean, on the pitch, he's someone who moans, chirps away at the referee. He's experienced. He'll pinch a yard off a throw-in or off a free kick and all of this.
Well, I said to me, missus,
and he went on and done a fantastic job.
Yeah, I said to me, missus, we're going to get 20 minutes of Ashley Young as a winger here.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And he, what are they called? What are they called now? They invent everything. He must have had some fourth assist or something, did he? Because he hit.
Pre-assist.
It's pre-assist or whatever.
But he was involved.
But he was there, and that was the point. Yeah. And he really enjoyed.
Oh, he was made up with the fans as well, and the goal wasn't.
Yeah, he was screaming out.
He gets booed everywhere he goes, doesn't he? So it's.
He's got some tattoos though.
Fair play.
When he got rid of his shirt,
Fair play to. But I thought that was a really good sub, and obviously bringing on Tim Irabun then as well.
Keep them involved as well.
Keep them, and Irabun come on and done really good, travelling well with the ball, knocking people about, strong, clever on some good skills, some good footwork as well. I thought, considering we had limited options, I thought David Moyes' subs were good, but the players, every one of them battling, scrapping for each other, didn't stop. You know, even when it wasn't going their way. Tarkowski's had better afternoons.
Yep.
In terms of a performance, like he wasn't terrible, but just a few things that, and Branthwaite, a few where the normally, where Branthwaite was like a Rolls Royce against Liverpool, wasn't he? It was a little bit, but I thought they really, them two and O'Brien and Mikalenko, I thought was the best out of all four of them at the weekend from a defensive perspective. I thought they defended fantastically well in that last 15 when obviously the ball goes up and there's, 5 extra minutes or 6, whatever it was, and it's like, because you get into that thing. I was saying, like, I was more nervous at 2-1 than I was at 1-1.
Something to lose, yeah.
You know what I mean? If you get beat, I would have been like, they just looked tired. But the fact they went 2-1 up and then dug in and battled and scrapped and limited them to very little really, and Jordan come claiming things near the end and all that, and they all battled and scrapped for a huge victory.
They did, and it's always great when you're away at a place that is a pain in the arse to get to, right? It's not
for Palace fans, I'm sure.
It's free, probably for them as well, but it's cold and all that rubbish. And then what you are fearing, isn't it, is when we weren't hanging on actually, because I think we had a degree of control.
No, but they just had a lot of the ball.
Yeah, and there's always going to be a heavy push when the ball comes up and all that stuff. And then he's going to play a minute less than me.
Did you have anything in your head though? Because I did, because it just felt a bit like an Everton thing, that we've just come off the back of a game that we were 2-1 down as the home side, and we score with the last kick of the game.
Yes.
And it felt like, all I kept saying to myself was, don't concede, because all the joy of that late one the other night will be not taken away, but we'll get to feel it.
I managed to have that in my head for quite a while without saying it.
Yeah.
My missus would have fallen apart if I'd said, what happens if they do to us what we did to them? Because that would have took it right up to the last seconds. But of course, she keeps asking me, how long? And I looked at my watch and said, another minute, yeah. And, she said, and then he blew. Because look, there's my time there, look, 43:57.
Oh, wow, you do, yeah.
Because I do my Fergie time. So, yes, it did.
And yet he played, when they put the clock up on the thing I was watching on, he played way over it. Oh, we will. It's when he stops it again. I'm there and waiting and going, please just stop this. And then there's nothing better than seeing your goalie take the ball. You go and you're like, surely now and then.
Yeah, but my watch for the derby, again, the ref come up with a minute longer than me, but he played exactly a minute longer as well. Yeah. So all the thoughts from that lot about all the excess, until they have the thing and everyone sees it.
Everyone sees it, you won't know.
But yes, and I thoroughly deserved. Fans loved it, of course. And I was... loads of people talking, because you don't want to go home, do you?
No.
And you just knew everyone who was there was either on a coach, had driven, or was staying over. Because anyone who was going home on the train's already gone.
They're gone.
And it was still rammed. Yeah. And it was one of the good nights, if you like. But
no, the fans deserve that for everywhere you've been, up and down, all over the country, watched, heard your football for 2.5 years.
Now we have to do what you've been promising for weeks. That we're going to batter United. Yeah. You've said when we get them, we'll batter them. And that was before we'd had all these...
It was. And I think what it did say was this was the other week. I felt confident that that'd be the game we would win.
Oh, yes. But
now we've had a great run. Now I'm feeling the pressure.
And the reason I say it is because... people, we've said this offline, we've got to play the team, not the name.
Absolutely.
Because we play the team... even that relatively, for Moyes' little mini era, below par performance away, still showed grit and the fight and all that sort of stuff. And you had if you like, the ability we've got as well, which we've shown in more than one game. Put those two together on Saturday, and we will.
Fans play their part as well. The fans, and they will.
And they'll be full as well, because they've got a big following. It's the last chance for them to go to Goodison, etc. So, and it's an early kick-off, blah, blah, blah. So the atmosphere should be good.
I look at it.
But if it comes to, did the best team win on the day, it'll be us.
Well, hopefully.
Because at the moment, they are much less than the sum of their parts. And,
no, they've got some, thing with United, they've got some really top individual plays, but they're not a good team.
No, not.
And it's up to Everton. It's up to Everton to make sure but that's got 6 days to enjoy first, John. That's like revel. That's revel.
League table looks good, doesn't it?
The league table looked better Saturday night. It don't look marginally worse today, but you know. Let's have a look at Idrissa Gana Gase. That's because I thought he was all over the place.
He was
excellent at the weekend. 6 tackles, 6 ground duels, won 7 ball recoveries. He had 81% passing accuracy and 1 interception as well there. But again, just everywhere, hoovers up a lot of things. Breaking. He was the 3rd man running after Alcaraz and Beto for the first goal in that thing. But he's been absolutely fantastic and he's key for us. Carlos Alcaraz, you know, we just mentioned his debut. Let's have a look at his stats from the game. And you go 1 goal, 1 assist, created 2 big chances, passing accuracy of 83%. And is that 3 ball recoveries?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 ball recoveries in that. Also had another couple of shots as well. You can see that a lot of his work done off Beto, which is
I was going to say
is important.
He spent a fair amount of time quite close to Beto,
and that's key. It's key.
And the heat map shows, and of course the actual stats don't show how much he did off the ball.
No, of course,
which is what it's really about. But big moments, he was there, wasn't he?
And the thing about it as well, you know, obviously when you've got Decore in that position, he's someone who presses really well because he does. He'll put the back four under pressure, and he's it's a physical battle with him, I think. And that was really good against Liverpool because they got 2 big lads, and he was knocking Van Dijk about a bit, and knocking Konate, him and Beto. I think what was really good about Saturday was they have the 3 at the back, don't they? They're all, like I said before.
So they've got an extra man somewhere.
I think, look, who they got him from Germany, had to like Everton to get him big, quick. He's done brilliantly this season. Gay's obviously really good. Richards, the American lad's really good as well, good defence. But Beto was taking them physically, whereas Alcaraz was off them, keeping the ball. You know,
move them around,
good touch, good movements. Can go either way with the ball, skip one way, come the other. Much more comfortable in possession, and I think that gives us a little bit of a different angle. It gives us a different dimension, especially because Njai isn't there. You know, Illiman and Njai, you give him the ball and he's the one who'll take it and buy you. Kind of like the way Pete. The comparisons are going to be there with Pienaar because they've got a similar look and they play on the left. But Pienaar used to buy players so much time, give the defence a breather because he's so good at keeping the ball, you know, rolling his foot in and Jai does it through dribbling. He'll get it, he'll go one way, come back, and it lets you get out and get support. Alcaraz does it through the comfort of the ball. He'll have it. If you look at him when he takes it, he's always in control. He's really good body movement. Picks his head up and he can switch the play up, you know, and keep it and turn back and start it again. So I'm just wondering right now whether
where this is going,
whether he'll keep him in and have Decore on the bench for now, or whether he'll go back to the physical batter and ram of Decore and the pressing, and Alcaraz will be back out and be introduced in and out. What do you think?
The manager will walk the talk, which is looking up.
Yeah.
Which means start Alcaraz.
Okay.
My view. Yeah. Much safer decision would be to put Decore in, and you know, get into the game and all that sort of stuff. But the bold, we're going to beat you type decision is Alcaraz, isn't it?
Could be Alcaraz.
Yeah.
But could be. I mean, he wasn't happy with Decore, was he? That he got sent off because he mentioned it a couple of times of like, I'll have to look at that again and all that. And that might be a way to say to Dukes like, you know what I mean? Give it in. Now you're out and you have to wait now. But whatever. But it's good though because it's options then. And we haven't had options. And hopefully this weekend we'll have Patterson back on the bench and Decore. Well, he was apparently only just missed out Saturday.
Oh, so that's good.
So therefore...
That's a perception thing as well, a stronger bench.
Yeah, so hopefully you get that and maybe Duke's back. And maybe, who knows, even if Chimitti's done, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that'll be good to get that bench because I don't think we're going to have anyone else, are we?
No.
For a few weeks. So... that'll be good. But
is this a sending off then?
Who?
That's all Decore did.
Yeah, he incited.
Well,
Curtis Jones, didn't he?
No, Curtis Jones couldn't see him, could he?
Well, he could because clearly that's why he legged it over and dived on him. But anyway, that's gone. That's gone. This is this game.
No, I'm just being on Duke's side. That in the moment, if you've been getting this all the game.
No, I know.
The outcome. Which you might say he started, Curtis started really, right? But yeah, anyway. But
it'll be interesting to see what he does.
Does he go? Ben, what would you do?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Alcaraz is a better footballer. Yeah. So you go, right, he gives us more control. But I'm just wondering about if our own putting the likes of Maguire under pressure with the press. Do you know what I mean? I was watching them yesterday and they had Fernandes was basically like a quarterback for them yesterday. Yeah. He basically just sat and received the ball and was spraying it. Now you could say to Alcaraz, like, go stay on him. Yeah. Or Decore, go and give him a couple of whacks. So be interesting to see what he does. He might go with them because of the physicality of Decore for set plays, but like you said, he might think actually.
But we want better on McGuire.
Actually, having him on the pitch, Alcaraz gives us a bit more control.
De Ligt will be worrying already.
Well, Beto's just got to go there and knock the pair of them about and get them involved in that kind of game. Yeah. And then maybe it is someone like... But he might look at De Ligt and McGuire and go, they're two big units. Let's push Decore up with Beto and...
Batter them for a bit.
Batter them and then have Alcaraz. But I don't know. It's an interesting one because the lad's made his full debut.
A nice challenge.
Got a goal and an assist.
Nice challenge for the manager.
Absolutely.
A luxury he certainly didn't have at the weekend. So.
Not at all, but we got the job done. Let's have a look at the overall stats from the game.
Here we go.
Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. 17 shots to 11. Both had 6 on target. Palace's XG much better than Everton's 1.72 to Everton's 0.96. 58% possession. But that's great because it's about time he went somewhere and
you know what? I know that XG looks really huge in comparison to ours, doesn't it? But that's presumably the goal and hitting the bar.
Well, it will because where Sarr at the bar was, it would have been really high quality, XG, middle of the goal, 7 yards out.
0.7 or something, yeah.
So, but listen, we won. We got the win. That's all that matters. And like I said before, the first time we've done the double over them since the season we finished 4th. 2004.
I like that one about the subs.
But 4 of our subs weren't even born the last time we'd done the double over them. So we'll have that all day long. What a result. We're continuing live on Premier now, but for everyone else, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to become a Premier member, the link's in the description, QR code's on the screen. Now make sure you let us know what your thoughts are on the win at Crystal Palace. How well are Everton doing? How well has David Moyes done? And what about Carlos Alcaraz? Are you playing him against United? Or is it time for Decore to come back in and use Alcaraz off the bench while he fully settles in? I think I know what most people are going to say, but I'll just ask the question anyway. Like, subscribe, do all that. See you later.